Have you ever seen something that's completely free and somehow it actually makes you want it less? Not more, less. We ran a promotion recently in our clinics, and one of our clinic managers said something to me that really stuck. Could giving away X worth of care actually decrease its value? Thinking on his side of things that giving away X amount of care would actually decrease its value. And that set me down a pretty large rabbit hole. So here's the truth that most people don't actually realise. Price is not just about money, price is also about signal. And it also just simply requires a lot more context. In psychology, there's something called the price inference effect. So when something's actually more expensive, we subconsciously and naturally think that it's of better quality, it is more effective, it's more professional, and when something is actually of a lower price, or in some cases discounted or free, we ask ourselves why. And if that why isn't crystal clear, that value drops. There's actually a lot psychologically that's at play here, and from what I learned from going down that rabbit hole, so let's unpack it. Where free goes wrong. Free decreases the value when it's easy, it's common, it's readily accessible, and it feels transactional. If you're marketing materials to something like 12 free sessions, it can quite easily feel like a clearance sale, a last chance grab, or just a frequent discount that you're just always doing. Or worst case, and actually what my clinic manager was getting at, it can actually lead people to think that your product or service was not worth paying full price in the first place. And that's dangerous, especially in healthcare, in coaching, or any kind of premium service. But the good news is it can be reframed, and this is the important part. Free doesn't automatically decrease value, okay? It decreases value when it replaces price as an anchor. So in that same example I gave where you said 12 free sessions, instead of saying free, you could say something along the lines of, and we'll award you with 12 free coaching sessions worth £500 for doing X, Y, and Z. And this way, it's not a discount, it's not a freebie, it's more of a sponsorship or a reward or a giveaway, but one that it's actually been earned. You've jumped through hoops to actually get it. And that's the key word there, earned. When it feels earned by your lead, prospect, customer, client, whatever is your situation, that's where it's a game changer, and it's the big difference between value and no value. So it's really a whole big other topic in itself around perceived value. Something that's very important when you're selling a product or service, even if you are not the person driving business. If something costs you nothing, then there's no effort, there's no commitment, there's no sacrifice. And in turn, quite rightly, you won't value it. And in a way, you can kind of look at it as a life lesson, because that's true for health, relationships, business, most areas really. And you could probably pull examples in all of those categories. And if you think about it, there's been many times in your life where you could have something in the same category, and the times you have skin in the game is the times that you actually care and you're putting the effort in, right? It's simple. The more skin in the game that you have, the more you care. So maybe the question isn't, should you offer products or services for free? Maybe the question is, does your free offer elevate value or replace it? And that literally depends entirely on how you frame it. So I hope you found this useful in one way or another. If it did, please do drop me a like, drop me a comment. I'd love to hear it. It really did send me down a bit of a rabbit hole, so it was good to relearn some of these things and maybe learn an extra thing or two and understand where messaging and engagement with clients, prospects, whatever, will fall flat, or where, like I just said, it will actually elevate any offers that you've got going on. But yeah, any questions, give me a shout, and I'll see you in the next one.